Not gonna answer?
Okay, this is Dr. Hood. We back with another one. DRH19D. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and you won't hear my mouth as much. Alright? But if you don't want to hit the button, you're gonna hear my mouth even more. Okay? Let's go.
No, I don't think I need to.
Okay, well, yeah, you have to on my show. So, the rules are the same for everybody. That's what rules are.
Well, I got married later in life at 40.
Okay. All right. That's fine.
I'm happy for your work. I send your videos to my niece.
Oh, what happened? You got booted. Come back. Go ahead. Yeah, I don't know. So, yeah, guys. Yeah, everybody's like, she want to answer. That's crazy. Okay. Yeah, I don't know. Well, the men now, they're the men now, and what they miss out on to die in the battlefield, to live a life to the fullest. Like Achilles, they fear to lose out on glory. Yeah, a lot of women, they are the men that they want now. This is the whole thing. I'm a boss chick. I'm a this. I'm a that. And what kind of? I think honestly, I think a lot of women know. I know a lot of. Yeah, I had to go ahead and ma'am. No offense, but I ask everybody the questions, and when you're not going to answer my questions, thank you for watching. But if I have rules, I have a rules.
Answer the questions, ladies.
If you don't want to answer, that's cool. But I'm not gonna play slick and loose like that. A lot of women today, you got to admit you were lied to. We give you the way out. Admit you were lied to. Admit the world lied to you. Your mother's lied to you. They gave you bad information and told you to get out here and get jobs and get out here and hustle and compete because you don't want to do that stuff. I'm going to tell you, when I have signed non-disclosures, so I can't tell you, but I'm telling you, some of the people I talk to, you know them. They're stars. And you would think these women have it all. And they would tell you, I hate being in charge. I hate having it is. I want somebody who can stand up to me and tell me right from wrong, up and down, someplace where I could just rest and be me.
Right. You want somebody it's his natural nature to be a leader. It's not a burden, you know. Men, we look forward to that position to lead, you know. And I see a bunch of guys these days, a lot of times they just fall back because it's like, we both ain't gonna lead. You know, if we in a relationship, rather we stuck with each other or, you know, if it's just for the kids or whatever, a guy just gonna fall back and kind of be dormant because he's obviously unhappy, but you're not giving him the opportunity to lead, you know, and that's the big disconnect.
All women want that. And you cannot have it while you're out here fighting against your nature. And see, here's what women truly want. They want the kind of man they want. They want him to come find her, make her an incredible deal, give her all the security and everything up front, and then she decides to pull the lever, push the button, and walk away into a guaranteed situation with a husband. I want you to think about what I'm saying. They're working jobs that are paying like $60,000 to $90,000 a year, and they want a man of value to come along and say, here is the guarantee. Marry me, and here's $5 million set aside in an annuity. No matter what happens, you'll get paid out. Women want ironclad guarantees before they are willing to risk. But then you ask one question. What ironclad guarantee did you ask for the guy that took your virginity? What ironclad guarantee did you ask for that knucklehead that you gave 3 years to in college? What ironclad guarantee did you ask your baby daddy?
Right, there is none. You know, those guys got it for free. Those guys got it with no responsibility. Those guys got it. Just like the next man's gonna want to get it.
You're asking men who are coming at the end of your value. They're getting you later than any other man. I need you ladies to listen. You ladies are asking men to get you when your milk is about to spoil. He didn't get you right out the cow. He got you after you got out of the milk the cow, been processed, been pasteurized, been sitting in the grocery store, had to get bought from the grocery store, commuted to the house, sat in the house, and you are going to expire in 2 days, and you're asking for premium freaking prices. You're asking for ironclad guarantees because you know that you've run your time out.
Right.
You know you've messed up.
So it's like, fuck it. Why don't I just go for it? You know, they've been sitting around being passive long enough. And what do? They get used by men. So what do? Once they find a simp, you know, it's time to go all in. It's time to put all the cards on the table. Let's just go for it all. I didn't make any demands with these other guys. I didn't make them marry me before I gave them everything. But let's let this new guy be the simp. And he's the dummy. And he can't see what the other guys have done to me.
Just played your hand. And you know it's like I can't make one more mistake. I mismanaged my use, mismanaged my womb. I didn't do this right, I didn't do that right. So this man right here has to deal with all that pressure, all that responsibility. And you give him less than the other guys got. Am I lying, gentlemen? Am I lying? If I'm lying, if women think I'm lying, if I'm off, guys, if I'm off, tell me where I'm off. I'm asking the guys, tell me where I'm off. Or do you not see this? Do you not see women in their late 20s, 30s asking for full high retail and guarantees? And they're the ones, and then you ask them about their relationships. And your relationships, how many relationships you had? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 relationships. Of your 5 relationships, how many of them did the boyfriend walk away from you? None. So in all your relationships, you broke up, right?
Quitter.
And you want him to be the 6th. And you want him to marry you and give you all these guarantees after you had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 relationships. 5 sexual, I mean, come on, think about all the stuff you've done.
Well, they're getting into the bed without any understanding. And then, you know, after a few times and you guys hang out a few times and hug up and lay up a few times, and she unofficially makes you her man without your consent. That's what's going on.
And this man has to pay a premium, and you have a history of walking away from relationships. Is this not crazy? They don't look at it this way though, guys. They don't look at it this way. They look at it like, well, hello, how are you?
Fine.
Lakia? Yeah, Lakia?
Yes, it's Lakia.
How are you doing?
I'm doing okay.
Good. How old are you?
I'm 45.
All right. So, what did I get right or what did I get wrong?
I heard the part about my question. Well, you said we can call in and ask any question that we wanted. Mm-hmm. And that's why I'm calling in. Because I've been listening to some of your content for about maybe almost a year now. Mm-hmm. And when you started your monologue, I heard where you're talking about how women these days, I can only speak for myself. I am 45, single, no kids, a virgin, and it's very difficult.
What? Is she trolling? You know, this show's getting a lot more sophisticated. It's actually dope. We got the dope backdrop and everything. is she trolling? Is she really 45 and a virgin? Let's keep going.
To find men out
a
here.
Virgin?
Yes, a virgin. I'm not sexually active at all.
Okay.
I am a Christian, and I just find it very difficult to date in this society.
Nobody wants
right
a
now.
45-year-old virgin.
Exactly.
I didn't say that. I'm just saying it's difficult to date.
Why? It's difficult to date because what man wants to date a 45-year-old virgin?
A man that's seeking that. I'm not looking for
No. Listen. What is the purpose of dating?
to gather data.
What's
on
the
that
end goal?
individual
No,
and
the
each
end
other.
goal. No. Don't give me the college yearbook answer. What's the end goal of dating?
To be married.
Right. And what's one of the end goals of marriage?
The end goal of marriage is
So
to
what's one of the- what-
procreate.
Right. 45-year-old women don't make babies.
I can see as what you're saying biologically, that's what it should be. But like I said, I don't believe that it's over until God says it's over.
Okay,
That's my
it's
belief.
called menopause. God says it's over.
I'm not in that, so I can't speak for you.
Ma'am.
She said, I'm not in that. She said she's not in that. Okay? So get away from me with that, Kevin.
I'm a Christian too. Don't come Bible bump with me. I'll do it with you. God did not set it up for 45-year-old virgins to that ain't what we do. It's not what we do. And maybe where you're at. But men don't go looking for women who are 45 to be mothers to their children. They just don't. At 45 years old, one of the benefits of dealing with a woman who's 45 is she's supposed to be good and broke in by now. She's supposed to know the game. She's not supposed to still be gathering data like an 18-year-old.
Right.
She's supposed to know the game. That's why it's hard for you to date, because you're gathering data. That's cool, but as a man, why would a man want to go date someone that sex ain't on the table and they're almost 50?
If that's their only goal is to have sex, it's
not
not
the
like
only
they're
goal,
not.
man. It's not the only goal, but it is a part of relationship. Do you plan on being, so let me get this straight. So you plan on being a virgin until you're married?
Yes, I do.
Okay, then, and what age do you plan on getting married by?
When I get a proposal,
In order to get a proposal, you have to have men who are suitors. What men are suitors for 45-year-old virgins?
Well, I'm actually talking to a man that is approximately around my age now.
Okay,
And
is he a virgin?
No, he's not.
Does he know that you're going on the Kevin Samuel show? Like, see, in this modern world, you females gotta understand, every guy does not want his life plastered on social media. Time and time again, I see guys, they get in these relationships with these girls, and then it's every other day, selfie here, selfie there, post your lunch, post your dinner, post your, it's like you're in this race with everybody else. She's using you to compete with all the other relationships that she sees highlights of on Instagram, So the fact that this woman, she might be seeking help, advice, or whatever, maybe she might be a troll. The fact that she's that comfortable and open to jump on a huge show like Kevin Samuels will let me know if I dated this woman or if I got to know this woman. She might be one of the ones that will post every time I take her out to eat. Every time we go to Applebee's or whatever, she wants to take a picture of the plate,
He's a divorcee. 52. And I've been talking to him for about maybe 2 years now.
2 years. This is done.
For the last year. I've been talking to him.
See, she's trying to get her point across real fast, and he's not having that. You see how he put that? He's putting that smack down. That's the Kevin Samuel smack down.
No, we're talking. 2 years. 2 years. You're just talking.
Well,
this isn't a relationship. It's talking.
Kevin.
No, ma'am. There's no Kevin. 45-year-old woman is a virgin talking to a man for 2 years. Ma'am, whether you like it or not, you are too inexperienced to tell me anything about dating. Too inexperienced. And I'm trying to help you, but the reality is, 45-year-old, there was a comedy. A comedy was made called The 40-Year-Old Virgin, and that was a man. We're beyond comedic when you got a 45-year-old woman. So, you gotta deal with who will deal with you. Fair. But that's not a lot of people.
Well, I'm not looking for a lot of people. I'm looking for the one that's suited for me.
His name is Fido. His name is Fido.
If that's your opinion.
No, man.
German
Show me your dating pool. Show me the men who are actively trying to date you seriously with intents of marrying you in the next 6 months. Do you have a dog or a cat?
I have no pets.
Okay, well, PetSmart or Petco? Go get one.
Neither.
PetSmart or Petco? Because, ma'am, 45. If you haven't figured it out by now, and if you're looking to be a virgin till marriage, it is uncommon, exceptionally uncommon, that men who are age appropriate are going to, okay, let's back up. How long do you think you need to date someone before you are engaged?
I would say maybe 3 to 6 months, maybe.
3 to 6 months.
Wow. Listen, I'm going to pause right there. I know Kevin Samuels, he's big on not wasting any time and jumping the broom and, all of that. Listen, 3 to 6 months, I don't recommend anybody doing something like that. Of course, it happens all the time, I'm looking long term. I'm not looking short term. I'm looking long term. So my recommendations is don't do that.
The longest relationship?
My longest relationship was probably about 5 years.
How long ago was that?
Ooh, that was about maybe 20 some years ago.
Right. So, So,
5 years. Oh man, I know sex isn't everything, and there's a whole lot of other things that this relationship consists of. But she's talking about 20-something years ago. She's 45 now, so she had to be in her late teens, early 20s, somewhere around there. I mean, and you're in a relationship for 5 years. And and there's no sex involved. I mean, you kind of asked for that. If you had a guy that was interested in you enough to stay around for 5 years and you didn't even want to give him any sex at all, I think you just shot yourself in the foot.
You have been alive. You have been frozen like Captain America, right?
No.
But why have you not had a serious relationship in the last 20 years?
Like I stated, it's in this dating pool now, it's very difficult to date men who will accept the fact that you are a Christian, a strong one that feels that
Okay, no, it's
that
not about
aspect
being, it's not about being a Christian specifically, man. Because I
okay.
Why? Okay, if Christianity is the case, man, like we can go down that path. Are you actively working in a church or with a pastor or an environment that fosters Christian marriages in an arranged way?
That is the problem. I am a part of a church that does do that. However, as a result of COVID recently,
COVID only happened in 2019, ma'am. You ain't had
I understand.
20 years.
I understand that.
Ma'am, 20 years. 20 years.
Okay.
20 years. It's not about being a Christian. It's not about...
Yeah, you can't bring up the COVID and, all of this if you got a 20-year stretch, where you haven't had a serious relationship. Now, there could be some underlining things going on. Only thing I could think of is like HIV or, something like that. I mean, this lady probably doesn't have anything. She's not sexually active. Of course, you can get it other ways, but like, what? Leave it in the comments too. What? Has anybody ever went 20 years, that are in their 40s? I want to hear about that. Maybe we can interview you.
Being a Christian. It's not about being a Christian. It's not about the dating pool. It's you.
It's me because I'm not willing to sleep around? No, is that what you're saying?
You because you're under it's you because if you're going to live, say, under Christianity, then you don't need to be in charge of this process. You need to be working with a pastor, a church that has a ready supply of men, because you're almost talking about an arranged kind of marriage. What you want is that you want it to work your way. You want to be able to pick men from the world as you see fit and then overlay your religious beliefs, and you have a 20-year track record of failure. And before that, you had a 5-year relationship. And at the end of the day, ma'am, this program is, at the end of the day, you can think what you want. You're 45. 45-year-old, if you're dating a man who's age appropriate, it is unlikely you're going to find anybody who is going to wait until marriage to sleep with a 45-year-old woman. It's very unlikely. And you only are getting older. It's not going backwards, it's going to get worse. Menopause, while it may not be on you, any credible OBGYN would tell you at 45, you are far likely past any time where anybody would recommend getting pregnant. And that's for exceptionally healthy women. Exceptionally healthy women. So children are for the most part out. So that's a big motivation for men to marry. It's not the dating pool. It's you in the pool. See, one thing I want you guys to understand is women have been given a carte blanche excuse to blame men and not take accountability for themselves. 20 years and the problems of the men. No.
I didn't say the problem was the men. I said that most men in the dating pool require sex, and you stated that clearly.
The dating pool requires sex, but the thing is that so you should have. So in 20 years, if you want to have be virgin till married, then that means a religious ceremony, not a religious ceremony. That means, are you in a small church? How large is your church?
It's pretty decent size. It's pretty big.
How many members?
Maybe around 5,000 members or more.
5,000. Do they have a vibrant singles ministry? No.
Well,
Thank
they
you.
did.
No.
They did.
The answer is no. And that's what you need to pull this off. A vibrant singles ministry that facilitates Christian marriage. I'm not at a problem with your beliefs. I'm at a problem with the practicality of it. You're in a church that doesn't facilitate the outcomes you want. And that's your problem. You want a Christian marriage and wait till you're a virgin. Then you need to go to a Christian church that has a vibrant singles ministry that facilitates marriage, Christian marriage.
Okay. Do you know of any in Atlanta?
Not my responsibility. I'm not you. But that's your requirement. That's why I said it's not the church. It's not the dating pool. It's you. Those are your requirements. You should have found it in 20 years. If you have not see what it is women like you are too damn passive when it comes to relationships. You think it's just supposed to happen. You're not actively out trying to find a solution. Even the church you're in right now, I asked one question to undercut your entire premise. Does it have an active, vibrant singles ministry? The answer is no. Then you should not be there.
You said they don't. I never said they don't.
Okay.
But the issue is...
Okay, 45, no, and here's another thing. Nobody really wants to deal with the argumentative 45-year-old virgin.
Argumentative, period. Anyway, this is Dr. Hood. Hit the like and subscribe button on your way out. See you on the next one. Peace.